Something happened behind the scenes at NASCAR this week, and it involves the most famous YouTuber in racing. The president of NASCAR finally opened his mouth about it, and what he said is going to surprise a lot of fans. In 2025, Cletus made a few starts in the ARCA Menards series. That's kind of like a stepping stone series for new drivers. He even grabbed a fourth-place finish in the ARCA East race at Rockingham, which actually wasn't bad at all. Then on February 13 of this year, he made his big NASCAR debut in the Craftsman Truck Series at Daytona. And honestly, it didn't go well. He crashed and finished dead last. Some people called it a total failure of a start, but Cletus didn't let that stop him. Just a few weeks later, he landed a huge deal with Childress Racing, also known as RCR. That's one of the most famous teams in all of NASCAR. The deal was for him to run select races in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, which is the second highest level of NASCAR. This is a really big jump for someone with his level of experience. His first race in that O'Reilly series came on April 4 at Rockingham Speedway. And let's just say, it was rough. Really rough. He finished 32nd out of 38 cars. He was 6 full laps behind the leaders. He spun out multiple times during the race. On just the third lap, he tried to pass somebody 3 wide and spun right out. He had to save the car from spinning a bunch of other times too. In the final stage, he properly spun and almost smacked the inside wall. The good news? He didn't wreck himself or anyone else. He actually finished the race, but like one writer put it, he was somewhat in over his head. Now, here's where the drama starts. After that messy debut, Cletus had big plans. He wanted to race in the next O'Reilly Series race at Talladega Superspeedway later this month. Talladega is one of the fastest and scariest tracks in all of NASCAR. Cars hit speeds of nearly 200 miles per hour, and the wrecks there are massive. But on April 8, NASCAR officially said no. They denied his approval to race at Talladega on April 25. Reporter Jeff Gluck from The Athletic broke the news first. Cletus then went on Facebook to confirm it himself. In a video to his fans, he said, "I wanted you to hear it from me first that I've been denied by NASCAR to run Talladega in my O'Reilly Series car." He went on to explain, "Made my O'Reilly's debut last Saturday with hopes of getting approval for Talladega, but they did not see enough." Cletus was actually pretty honest about it. He admitted, "Granted, it was a pretty hectic race. I tried to pass someone 3 wide on the third lap, spun out. Spun out a few more times, didn't crash or crash anybody, but still, it was pretty hectic." NASCAR's message to him was simple. He needs to run more ARCA races and more Truck Series races first. He's still fully approved for trucks, and in the O'Reilly Series, he's only allowed to race on short tracks for now. Cletus admitted, "I need more windshield time," meaning he just needs more time behind the wheel. Now, this brings us to the big news. NASCAR President Steve O'Donnell finally broke his silence on the whole situation. He went on the Door Bumper Clear podcast and explained exactly how this approval thing works. O'Donnell said, "It's kinda every race. So now he'll go to the next race, and we'll see, obviously, if there's some progression that we need to see." Then he backed up his team's tough decision. "I applaud the team. Look, our guys, it's a tough call. He's a hugely popular driver, but these are the best drivers in the world. And we've got to make sure that we've got the right guys out there," he added. "There's always controversy of who's approved, who's not approved, but I think it was the right call." And he made one thing super clear. Let's see how he does at the next race. Certainly, we'd like to see him keep progressing, but he's got to do it the right way. That last part is the key. NASCAR wants Cletus to climb the ladder the right way. No shortcuts, no skipping steps just because he's famous on the internet. Another big name at NASCAR also spoke up. John Probst is NASCAR's Executive Vice President and Chief Racing Development Officer. On the Hauler Talk podcast, he said, "He's done a great job to this point. He understands the decisions that we have to make." Probst even shared that the day they made the call, 75% of their conversations were focused only on racing performance, not popularity or anything else. They talked with people at RCR all day long, even into the evening. Then Probst said something really important. There is a fine line to tread sometimes between the entertainment and the sport of racing. He also wanted to make sure fans knew NASCAR wasn't out to get Cletus. He said, "We're all huge Cletus fans. We all watch his videos. And he added, "It's not like it's us sitting there saying, 'Oh, we're out to get Cletus.' We're not." We love Cletus, but the answer was still no for Talladega. Probst explained, "We'd like to see more out of Cletus in the short tracks. So we're not saying no, but there is more that we would like to see out of Cletus before we would approve him for Talladega." Even Cletus's own race team had doubts. Danny Lawrence is the vice president of O'Reilly Series operations at RCR. He admitted that NASCAR wanted to see a lot of things they just didn't get to see at Rockingham, like a real live pit stop. Lawrence said, "When he got sideways early, we automatically went into this conservation mode of just keep rolling and don't push it too hard. He even predicted this might happen. It's going to be close, but I would not be surprised if NASCAR didn't want us to run another race before we got to Daytona and Talladega." But here's the funny part. Right after that messy debut, Cletus told his fans, "See you guys in 2 weeks at Talladega." That's right, he was wrong on 2 counts. The race was actually 3 weeks away, and now he's not even racing in it. So why is all this happening? Some racing writers think Cletus might be rushing way too fast. He has the fans, he has the brand, he brings new eyes to NASCAR. But racing at the top level is way different from making YouTube videos. And history is not on his side. Look at Hailie Deegan. She had huge social media buzz and looked great in ARCA. Then she got moved up to trucks. She ran 69 races and only got 5 top, 1-0 finishes. She got pushed up to the O'Reilly Series anyway and was out of her ride halfway through her rookie year. She tried IndyCar in 2025, didn't finish a single race in the top 10. Now she's back in ARCA West. Then there's Natalie Decker, another big social media name who struggled when given truck and O'Reilly Series chances. And don't forget Danica Patrick. She brought tons of eyes and sponsor money. But she got rushed up to the Cup Series and only had 7 top, 1-0 finishes in 5 whole years. The pattern keeps repeating itself. Big internet star jumps in too fast. The results just don't follow. Right now, Cletus is still allowed to race in all the Truck Series events this year. He can race all the ARCA events, including the ARCA race at Talladega on the same day as the O'Reilly race he can't run. He finished 10th in that ARCA race last season. He just can't touch the big superspeedways like Talladega or Daytona in an O'Reilly Series car. Not yet, anyway. The ball is in his court now. Every single race from here on out matters. NASCAR is watching closely, and one big mistake could push his Daytona 500 dream even further away.